Right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Wood Elves campaign. So, we confederated with the Crag Halls of Findle, which massively tanked our amber because they have a tier 5 building. Someone kindly pointed that out in the comments. That this is why the amber went down, because although it gives some amber, this massively takes more. It's going to be more of a problem when we come over to here, because this one only has 1 amber. And they also have a tier 5 building that consumes 4. So we need to start getting amber from places. Let's have a look at our diplomacy tree. So we are at war with Artois, who are in the north up there. The Crooked Moon Mutinous Gits, who are all the way over in Carrick 8 Peaks. The Vampire Counts, because they're at war with the Empire, I think. The Greenskins, who are again pretty far away. Vissenland, who are the more immediate threat in terms of distance from my lands. And then Ostland. So, where was the army?
The forest calls.
Ah yes, it was replenishing in here, because it looked like Vissenland were going to send an army up. It was strolling around the mountains. And then it decided, that was a bad plan, to stroll all the way back again. I'm not sure the Empire's going to do too well. It seems to be fighting a few too many battles on a few too many fronts. Someone in chat has asked me to explain this game to them. It's rather complex to someone who's never played a Warhammer game. Or a Total War game. So you have the campaign map, which you can see here, which consists of towns or cities, which are what all these little named areas are. Within them you have various structures and buildings that unlock recruitment of different unit types. Just noticed we can get that. Anyway, and from those you produce armies, which look like this. You have a general, which is this guy. You can have some hero characters. You then have your various units that make up the army. When you slam them into another team or another faction's army, you get a completely different battle map, which I will try and get to reasonably quickly. But right now I'm not really in a position to do so. Right, now someone suggested we re-establish trade with the dwarves, which is not necessarily a bad plan.
By my hammer, I should slay you where you stand.
Except they don't really like us at all. So yeah. If we sort by trade, who could we be trading with? We could be trading with Stalia as well. I seem to remember they didn't want a trade agreement. No. They're not really happy to have a trade agreement. Probably because it's so heavily weighted in my favour. So we'll just leave that for the moment. We've got some cash we're sitting on, but I'm reluctant to spend it in case I suddenly need to recruit an army to deal with something. So we'll end our turn and see what happens. So we confederated with one of the other elf factions. I don't think we can confederate with the other one until the debuff for confederation expires, which is 8 turns, I want to say, but I may be making that number up.
Your time on this world is short. You would be unwise.
Vissenland suddenly wants a peace treaty, which I will go with because they're not at war with the Empire anymore. Closes down one of the potential problem areas. Wow. My elfy friends just murdered that dwarf army. Ah, Beastmen.
Lord of the Glade.
Right, we might have a fight after all. Let's get out there.
Making my way.
We might be able to get a fight out of them.
Ready to serve.
Got an upgrade on one of my heroes. So what do we want to put on you? Can unlock some more spells, or I can just keep buffing him for his melee capabilities, which I will do, because having any hero that can actually stand up to a fight in the Wood Elf army is hugely beneficial. I'm tempted to go take Asgaraz. I would rather do it with an army that's not my main one, though. Aha. What could we put in here? Construction cost reduction, recruitment cost reduction, research buff. Equally, we could get the Eagles. No, I think it's going to have to be financial buildings. Income generated 1,000. That should pay for itself in 4 turns. Although it's probably not cumulative with the previous tier. Maybe not 4 turns, but you know, it's still a good income.
How can I assist you?
Right. Let's end. What's it going to be, Brayherd? You coming my way, or you going somewhere else? That's the Vampies. Interested to see how my army do against vampire counts, to be honest. They don't have any ranged, we have lots of range. The Winds of Pain. The world yields to those who master the winds of magic. Great bolts from the heavens scour souls from bodies, whilst raging torrents of fire rend the very flesh from bone. Magic can rip enemies into a dozen pieces, or leave them but an ugly bloodstain where once they stood. Power granted by the cataclysm many eons ago can be harnessed now to bring ruin and destruction upon our enemies. All those who feel the pull of magic feel it grow as the world festers under chaos's ruinous gaze. Their need to ravage grows stronger and stronger by the hour. So, starting winds of magic power plus 20 for all armies of all factions. So there's going to be a lot more spells throwing around.
Can I offer assistance?
Right, normal mode. We can reach them. Do we get an allied army assistance? No. What have they got? For it, let's go for it.
Finding pathways.
Come here.
Ill considered.
What?
To war!
We're not at war with the Brayherds?
Destroy them!
Oh, we're going to war with the Brayherds.
No mercy!
Kazakh One Eye can die horribly. Right. So for those who had never seen this kind of game before, you're about to now see the other half of the game, which is the battle. Somebody was asking what those odd little symbols were on the movement line there. That was a scroll in a hand, which is implying that I get a diplomacy penalty because I'm moving through a faction's lands that I don't have an agreement with to let me move through their lands.
Battle group ready!
Right. Actually, let's ungroup them again and stick the regular spears in the middle of their line. I'm not sure what war dancers with spears are actually like. Have a look at their stats. Comparing the two, they're a melee expert. They don't have a charge defense against large foes. They're faster, their leadership's less, their armor's less, but their melee attack is higher, so their melee defense, and their weapon strength is greater. Okay, so they're better at fighting, but not quite as tanky, I think is probably the best way to describe them. Oh, I missed one.
Yes!
And we got our archers. And then we have these sort of sword melee experts. What is my general? Let's have a look at him. Alright, he's got a bow, but he's called a hybrid weapon specialist, so he probably has melee capability as well. And his ability, speed boost. Their abilities, missile resistance, melee defense reduction. Melee defense boost, but attack reduction. Okay. Go. Now they've got artillery units. What was that? A magic spell? Okay. Yeah, so they've got, I'll call them siege engines, but basically these guys lobbing rocks. And to give you a size comparison. Alright, we'll go in from 2 angles. Actually, let's make that less. Get some flanking going. I think we got superior numbers. We want to hold these two back for the Cygor, really, because they're anti-large, but... Here comes the nasty, nasty spells. Alright. Ooh. Go, go, go. You hit them in the flank. You run them down. You run them down. We'll have you come around the back as a flanking unit. Ranged units, shoot that blob. Actually, shoot those. Minotaurs are about to get peppered.
Armed and ready. Death to yes. I ever ready.
Down go the Minotaurs. Alright, let's focus on Cygor.
Ready and waiting. With haste. Dauntless outrage.
No, 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 you don't escape like that. Come here. Oh, they are speedy. Is their general.
Defenders of Athelland! Ready for battle! Warriors of Ariel!
Son of Athelorus!
Ready and waiting! By Cernus! Children of Athelloren!
Yeah, there's a victory. But I'm just gonna murder everything in sight if I can.
Yes! For Cernus! Cernus bless us!
Head off the general.
For the eternal realms! For Isha!
Heed Athelloren! Those of Athelloren! They seek to eternal guard!
You guys, get out of the way. Let the archers do the job. So this is their general with his weird little wings. And here comes the rain of arrows.
Aim! Release!
Ha!
Yes!
Armed and ready.
Lord of the Deepwood!
Defenders of
Armed and
Athel-Loren.
ready! Ever ready!
Warriors of Ariel.
Keep heading him off.
Eternal Guard!
Keep corralling him. Go on. He's fleeing, that's why he's just running away like this.
Aye!
For those who are unaware.
The forest remembers! They will die!
Alright. Time to let the other guys deal with it.
Enemy mages.
There we go. Cheers, Scumboot. Ooh, we stole a weapon off of them. Sword of Striking. Charge bonus and melee attack. Alright, we can release the captives and get some treasury. Or we can murder them all. I'll take the money.
Making my way.
It survived.
These are dark times.
It would survive.
By Kurnos!
So we could now fight again, but instead I'm going to auto-resolve because it's just running down the survivors, basically. We get a potion of toughness. Replenishes hit points of combatants, plus 36 melee defense, plus 15 armor. Nice.
I go then.
And then the general's leveled up. Twice. So let's get him a horse. What else do we want to give him? Ammunition for the Lord's army. Sounds good. He can sit there for a turn or hop back into our lands next turn. But he is my Elder Speaker, which gives him unit experience gain per turn plus 80, aura size increase, and income from trade. Nice. For these guys. Guess they're just part of the kingdom. Right, so happiness effects. Yeah, we need to keep an eye on this. That one should be fine. That one should be fine. That doesn't have one. It's a King's Glade. We need to get an army back in there and sort it out. Now we had a mission, didn't we? To get the Horn of the Wild, we need Sky Crown Oak Walls, which is this tier here. So we need to work towards that. Is there a race in this game that doesn't have massive happiness issues at the start of the game? Pretty much no. Oh, really? Vissenland? We just pieced you out. Why are you going to war with the Empire again?
You have been granted access to my hall.
Oh, they've decided to end their military access pact with us.
A traitor stands before me.
And they want me to join the war against the dwarves. Nope. pretty much, every faction has huge happiness penalties in this game because that seems to be the way they've balanced it for reasons best known to Creative Assembly.
I go forth.
Their idea of making the game more difficult is just to have you running around in circles playing whack-a-mole in an entirely boring and dull way.
Lord of the forest.
Right, now Wissenberg.
I live to serve Ariel.
Your decision to go to war with the Empire
The forest calls.
shall be punished. We're gonna huff and we're gonna puff and we're gonna burn all your towns down. Wait, hang on, that's the wrong rhyme. He's like, oh no, not the town! Save the town! Taking the pressure off of Empire a little bit.
With you up.
Oh, hello. Didn't see you before.
How can I assist you?
We're going to end up losing a province because of that. At least I can head them off to stop them doing it again.
Seeking unseen paths.
Anyway, back to up here.
By Sigma, no.
So we got a hero, a captain, flagellants that are wounded, some rubbish units, a mortar. What's the garrison? A couple of infantry, some halberdiers, another mortar. We should be fine.
Master of the wild hunt. I fear no one.
Oh, except they've got walls. Okay. If I'd have seen that slightly earlier, I would have used the agent on them. Now if I break the siege,
Go in.
can I still do one on this turn? Yes I can, excellent. Right, you, come here. Smash them walls.
God,
Failed. Great.
the hunter. Indeed. I will not obey.
His actual armies in the area are terrible, so we can afford to sit around and not do a lot. This agent can smash walls down. That's what I'm waiting for. It's slightly easier to work with than battering rams. Hang on, wait a minute. Why am I doing that stance? Where's the raiding stance? That brings me in some money. We'll do that one. Oh, Chadman in there with the dad joke. A battering ram is bad for your elf. They pieced out with the Empire. Good. Artois has been destroyed. Right. The Lord of the Empire may be arrogant, yet he remains a powerful warrior. We should bring him down lest he become... What? Oh, potion of foolhardiness. So it wants me to kill that. Okay.
Watch it. Opening the gates.
Alright, there goes the walls. They got 2 breaches in.
Yes.
Which means we should now be able to attack this place
Make it so. I bring pain.
straight off.